So it is time to do another video. Now this one's a unique idea and I would think it would be cool. Really hope you guys find the idea interesting. It's a weird one, but whatever, I'm gonna try it out. This is what would happen if Nagito Komaeda was normal. Like Makoto Naegi kinda normal. Your typical lucky student who came in, stayed the nice dude to Hajime, all that. How would that change? Well, I'm going to do that right now. So, folks, buckle in for a weird, bizarre Danganronpa what if. What if Nagito Komaeda was a normal person? We start off with chapter 1, and this is unique because Nagito being normal. Well, I mean, we need to set up some ground rules on how Nagito is normal. If I were to kind of make a straight, kind of normal Nagito, I would give him the trope of the straight man. If you're wondering the trope, the straight man, the person who's really normal, going through all the crazy stuff with his crazy friends. If I were to kind of give a straight man example, Brian from Family Guy and Kyle from South Park. I would say Nagito would follow more as like Kyle from South Park, where he'd be more of a normal dude who will kind of be a jerk back to others. Like when Fuyuhiko is kind of being one, Nagito can kind of snap back with his own smarky remark. He could do the same with Hyoko as well. I don't know, I've just turned Danganronpa into South Park, I guess. But I guess that's kind of where Nagito would fall into. He's the straight man to Hajime's kind of routine. Kind of like how Makoto was a straight man, Nagito would fall into a similar category, but more someone who can be sarcastic at some points, and does have his own personality, and not just another Makoto. Now let's go to what would chapter 1 be? Without Nagito, there's no party because Tugami doesn't get threatening later. That would then mean Teru might actually not kill. Would he kill though? I'd assume not, and if he does kill, he'd probably pick an easy target. Someone who would be pretty easy to kill, but I would assume he wouldn't. Tugami would probably be able to get the group out of this chapter alive, like his promise, so this chapter would be a chapter fail. Just like chapter 1, chapter 2 would have another motive fail, and this would basically make Monokuma super angry, because really, Tugami is basically ruining the killing game for Monokuma at this point. With him being around, no one plays the video game, but the motive was based for Fuyuhiko, who would have also been prevented from it happening. Peko could possibly try to do it, but I would assume Tugami would make sure she doesn't do it. And this would probably mean Fuyuhiko ends up becoming the antagonist for the entire killing game, where the original went to Nagito. Tugami would being around would mean Nagito being normal, and Fuyuhiko is just gonna stay a jerk and basically be the antagonist for the rest of the killing game. That's kind of what the big changes would be at the moment. Chapter 2 in conclusion, another motive fail, meaning Fuyuhiko stays a villain. He becomes the new rival of the story, but Mahiru and Petco get to survive the killing game for a little bit longer. Chapter 3 is now a non-motive fail, because the despair disease means that Tugami is more than likely going to get it. Monokuma is done with Tugami ruining his killing game, meaning that Mikon is still going to kill not Peko, but Ibuki. Sorry, again, the name's confused. But because of that, we would more than likely have Hyoko not die. Mahiru would probably still die in her spot, like how I've been doing in my last videos, I guess. Jeez, who knows that Nagito, in chapter 1 and stuff has to do with Hyoko surviving and Mahiru dying in chapter 3. But there is a possibility where they could both survive. And really, because of that, it's really the only thing that would come into this is Ibuki dies and Mikon dies as the Blackened, basically being the chapter 1 Blackened is dead. Now, this motive would more than likely lead to Tugami doing what Sakura did. but there could be a possibility of multiple scenarios coming out of this. Tugami may not do it. We could still get Gundam killing Mechamaru. It's possible that Hyoko is willing to want her gummies back, so maybe she kills. Akane could have killed instead. If Tugami's able to stop it for a while, maybe Akane might kill. Kazuichi wanted to protect Sonya. Pekka wanted to protect her young master. There's really a list of possibilities to come out of this. I'm assuming we're gonna go with the Tugami dies so no one else could die scenario. So, yeah. Hajime, it would basically kind of get a lot of growth from this whole Tugami thing, because now there are casualties actually happening, and Nagito more than likely still goes into the chamber room, and more than likely still plays Russian roulette. That leads to him getting everything. I would assume he would do it more to help the group out than to test out his luck, so yeah, for the most part, this part of the killing game goes the same. No real changes, like, at that point, so yeah, nothing really there. Now, this is the final trial, so yeah, another chapter 5 being the Mastermind Trial. And the only real thing here is there's so many more survivors in this timeline. Because now you have Teru who survived the killing game at this point. Mahiru is survived. Peko has survived. Hyoko survived. Nekomaru survived. Gundam survived. Nagito survived. And Chiaki survived. All those characters are able to make it out alive. Fuyuhiko might get some type of character growth from Tugami's death, I guess. But I could assume he'd probably be like how Byakuya survived, became the antagonist. It'd probably be one of those things like that. But for the most part, the killing game only has 3 casualties. You have Mikon killing Ibuki, and Tugami killing himself, so everyone else could get out of the grape house thing. Whatever, I forgot the name of that was. But that whole thing, everything really only ends with 3 deaths, but at the end of the day, if you remember, everyone except Chiaki basically is still alive and are basically transported out of the killing game, with Chiaki being an AI and basically staying that way. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any requests, make sure to leave in the comments. Thank you for watching. Peace out. My dudes and chicks, whoever watches this video, thank you. Requests are needed for Danganronpa and Death Note. And if you have any other anime ideas, like if you want to request an anime for you to watch, by all means. I really started reading mangas to animes that I completed recently that I want to do what ifs on, so be tuning in because there will be some more different animes. I'm actually writing some scripts for different anime what ifs, so thank you for watching. See y'all next time. Goodbye.